Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. On the program today, a major Southern Nevada gaming corporation making big inroads into Northern Nevada. Lesley Pittman is Corporate Vice President of Government Relations for Stations Casinos. They've now bought 3 properties in Reno. We'll have a lot to ask her. And coming up on the Power Pundit panel today, Larry Matheis, Bob Barengo, and Alfredo Alonso. It's all coming up next on an all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
Nevada Newsmakers, brought to you in part by the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, the world's largest industrial park, the resort at Red Hawk, and the Peppermill family of casinos.
High-tech companies demand perfect world amenities. They require clean, reliable power, state-of-the-art fiber optic communications, and clean water sources. In a perfect world, companies would have immediate access to rail and interstate freeways. There would be 4-lane expressways that shorten shipping times and provide convenient commute routes for valued employees. Well, the future is now, and it's here. Welcome to the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, the largest industrial park in the world, building economic prosperity for Nevadans.
When making your decision as where to play golf, consider the resort at Red Hawk. You know you have made the right choice the moment you arrive. The friendly staff welcomes you to our award-winning pro shop. You know you've made the right decision on the first tee. The Lakes course is in the best condition in years. You know you've made the right choice after you've played 18 holes. The resort at Red Hawk, the right choice.
Nevada Newsmakers is sponsored in part by the Nevada Beer Wholesalers Association.
As an employer, did you know you can be held liable for negligent hiring? A background screening by Employer Links can uncover criminal records, like alcohol and drug convictions. It can verify the applicant's education, driving records, and professional licenses. Employer Links can check civil records, registered sex offender records, and social security fraud. Hiring the right person shouldn't be a gamble. Call Employer Links. Employer Links, protecting your investment.
I tell you, John, this industry has really changed.
Tell me about it.
You seemed to do pretty well last year. What's your secret?
No secrets. Although I'll tell you something. The smartest thing I did was sign up with Pro Group Management.
Really? They do workers' comp, right?
Yeah, their services are great. And get this, they saved me 30%. I've heard they saved others 50%.
That works for me.
Pro Group Management. Finally, workers' comp that works for you.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
And we welcome to Nevada Newsmakers Lesley Pittman, who's Vice President of Corporate Government Relations for Stations Casinos, a major player down in Southern Nevada, and now suddenly appearing to be a major player in Northern Nevada. Welcome to the program, Lesley.
Thank you, Sam. It's my pleasure to be here today.
Well, over the last year, you guys have now bought up 3 major properties, one to the south of town that's around 96 acres that used to be owned by the Boyd Corporation that they never built on, although they owned it for years and is zoned for gaming. And now you're looking to pick up another 50 acres across the street, adjoining a major shopping mall. It's about a 500,000 square foot shopping mall that's going in. And then last week, you certainly stunned me with the announcement that you were buying another 8 acres in the central portion of Reno, near to the Atlantis Hotel Casino and also near to the Convention Center and the Peppermill. And I understand there are rumors out there that you're actually trying to acquire even more acreage than that 8 acres.
Well, I hadn't heard that, Sam, but, you know, nothing seems to surprise me in this company. We're very, very excited about entering into the Reno community, both from a gaming market standpoint, but also from being involved in the community. There's so many activities that occur there that we're learning about, and we're just very excited about the growth potential that exists in Northern Nevada and excited to become a part of it.
Well, you know, it's very interesting because you operate Thunder Valley, which is over in Northern California, a major Indian casino, and a lot of doomsayers said that that was really going to hurt the Reno market. Do you feel that Thunder Valley has actually created a larger gaming market in Northern California that will now be accessible to both Northern Nevada and Southern Nevada?
We believe that the Northern California market is very deep in itself, and that there is an opportunity here, certainly in Northern California, but also in Northern Nevada, to expand the pie. We don't necessarily believe that, the projects that we look forward to building in Northern Nevada are going to be harmful at all to the Northern California market, or vice versa. Like I had indicated, there's significant growth going on in the northern half of the state. I just saw, I think yesterday, that Sparks is considered one of the fastest growing cities in Northern Nevada, and we believe there's significant depth there that again will be expanding the pie rather than redistributing customers across borders.
It's very interesting. We were just showing some video there of one of your properties. You are not known for building small properties. Green Valley Ranch is a stunning property that is in Henderson. Is that the kind of property that you're looking to develop in Northern Nevada as well at any of these 3 locations?
Well, our first priority is going to be focusing on what we call the Bayer parcel of land, which is on the southwest corner of 395 and Mount Rose Highway. That, we believe, is an appropriate location for the type of facility that we would like to bring to that area, and that being something very similar to a Green Valley Ranch that would create enormous synergies with the Summit Sierra project that the Bayer Corporation is building. The facility, the parcel of land that we recently entered into a lease agreement, the 8 acres, that presents a little bit more of a difficult development challenge because it is only 8 acres of land. But we are prepared to build a hotel casino there. It's a little bit smaller in scale. So we believe there's opportunity abounds up in Northern Nevada, at least from certainly from a commercial standpoint and a gaming standpoint.
As you say, 8 acres is not a huge amount of land, but the quotes from one of your bosses in the papers over the weekend were that you're looking from anywhere from 200 rooms, which is of course the minimum you have to be able to get a gaming license, to up to 500 rooms.
Mm-hmm. Right. So that would mean we'd have to go vertical. Certainly. So yeah, that's about the scope. It's very preliminary. We haven't gone into the design phases for each of those projects. Again, we're going to be focusing first off on the Bayer parcel. But yeah, the 201 to 500 room hotel casino on the convention center area parcel of land. That sounds about right.
Now, on the old Boynton project, which was originally bought by Blake Sartini, and then Stations bought it from him, what are you looking at for that property? Do you intend to have gaming on both sides of the street there? I mean, that property is twice the size of the parcel of land that the Luxor, for example, sits on.
Right, it's 96 acres. But I'll tell you, Sam, right now we are really focused on the Bayer parcel of land and moving forward to get the proper zoning and special use permits associated with that parcel of land. And then we'll again be shifting our focus and attention to the piece that was just the 8-acre piece across from the convention center that was just announced last week. So that's kind of our area of priority in terms of development. And so we haven't made any decisions, and we're still looking at the former Boyd parcel, and haven't made any determinations as of yet in terms of what we would intend to do with that parcel of land.
Now, that one is zoned for gaming, but across the street,
yes,
the Bayer property is not at this point zoned for gaming. How are you doing as far as getting that moving along?
Well, we intend to go forward, certainly participate in what the City Council's process in terms of developing new gaming zones in Northern Nevada. But we believe that site is a very appropriate place for a gaming operation and facility. It's sandwiched between 2 major thoroughfares. It's going to be situated across the street from Mount Rose Highway from the Summit Sierra project. So we believe it's appropriate. So we'll be going forward again to get the zoning for gaming as well as a special use permit for our project.
How many rooms does Green Valley Ranch have?
Green Valley Ranch has over 500 rooms now. We started with initially 201 rooms, but the demand so far exceeded supply that we recently underwent a significant expansion project at Green Valley Ranch and added 300 and something rooms with a significant number of high-end suites that we believe that the market demanded.
And do you feel that Bayer project is going to be about the same amount of rooms?
It's really preliminary for me to say at this point in time, but again, I will indicate that we do intend to to construct and develop a similar type facility of the high-end caliber with the amenities that we believe will please not only the local resident but also will draw from throughout the region.
Let's come back. We'll take a break. We'll come back and we'll talk about some of those amenities right after this on Nevada Newsmakers.
For a videotape copy of any Nevada Newsmakers program, call 775-857-2244. The tapes are $20 each, including shipping.
My family started this business 27 years ago.
We work hard to serve our customers and our community.
But it's getting harder and harder to keep the doors open.
For example, our workers' comp is going through the roof. Isn't anyone on my side anymore?
The Retail Association of Nevada is. If you're a small business owner, we can cut your workers' comp by up to 50%, lobby for your interests, and keep you informed. Put us to work today.
Many of the materials we rely on every day come from the ground, and modern mining technology brings them to us cleaner and safer than ever before. To learn more about America's natural resources, visit nma.org, the National Mining Association.
If it's fun, it's here at the Peppermill, the $100,000 video-themed slot celebration, with more winners each week, 100 random winners every Monday and Wednesday, and more cash prizes, $6,000 random drawings every Friday, plus chances to win up to $1,000 in free slot play on Mr. Money's Challenge. You'll have more fun with the Peppermill's video-themed slot celebration, now worth over $100,000.
The slots that rock are at the Peppermill. Where are you winning?
Your best value in sight is here for you to see. From frames to lenses to eye exams, you're covered A to Z. Davis Optical, your best value in sight.
Davis Optical Centers, with 2 locations in Reno and Sparks.
Davis Optical, your best value in sight.
And now, back to Nevada Newsmakers with Sam Shad.
And we're talking via satellite with Lesley Pittman, who's the Vice President of Corporate Government Relations for Station Casinos. You were talking, Lesley, about amenities. What kind of amenities for folks in Northern Nevada can they expect?
Well, typically, you know, for example, let's just take the Green Valley Ranch project that we have in Henderson that's situated closely to the district upper-end retail shopping facility. You know, we have movie theaters, certainly a whole host of different dining amenities. Certainly there is a gaming component. You know, those are the types of things that what we like to do. Some of our facilities even have bowling centers, ice skating rinks, and that sort of thing. So what we try and construct is what we like to call regional entertainment destinations. So if you have a family of 6 on a Friday or Saturday night and is looking for something to do, they can go to one of our facilities. They may not even have made up their mind what they'd like to do, but once they get there, they are faced with, you know, some folks can go to a movie, some folks can go to a dinner. So there's a host of, like I said, entertainment amenities available for them to select from.
Your major competitors in Northern Nevada would appear to be the Atlantis and the Peppermill. Have you had any discussions with them about coming into the market?
We certainly have. We have, you know, made initial calls and just announced, you know, that we were very excited about being partners with them as members of the industry. And we believe, you know, the facility that we intend to construct across from the convention center will both complement the improvements and the recent infusion of funds that have occurred with the convention center, will complement those opportunities, but as well complement the existing product that the Atlantis and the Peppermill offer there too.
You know, in Southern Nevada, you have multiple hotels pretty much circling the valley, and plots of land laid out for future development already. I get the sense, seeing that Golden Gaming with Blake Sartini has already jumped into the market with Sierra Gold and bought the Sparkish chain of sports bars. They own PT pubs down in Southern Nevada. And now you coming in with 3 properties. I get the feeling that you may not be done yet. Are you looking at Sparks? Are you looking at Northwest Reno? Are you looking out in Verdi, where the new Cabela's is coming?
Well, we never dismiss any opportunity that might present itself and be attractive to us. So we're always, whenever we enter into a new market, we look at it generally from a master plan and growth opportunity standpoint. So we never say never. However, we have been asked the question about, would you be interested in investing downtown? And really, the downtown market isn't our market from a tourism standpoint. However, I don't want to ever dismiss that if the right opportunity presents itself, we would take a look at it very seriously.
And the remarkable thing about the growth in northern Nevada is that it is so strong that the downtown is backfilling with local residents and local businesses because there's nowhere else for them to go.
Well, one of the things that we like about the northern Nevada market is it's very similar to southern Nevada in terms of the growth and the demographics that are occurring there. And then, you couple that with the reliability of our tax structure and our regulatory structure, and we believe Nevada is the best place to reinvest our capital for investment purposes.
Beyond California, are you not looking to go into any other gaming markets that are opening up?
Well, we actually have a tribal partnership in West Michigan with the Gun Lake tribe, but we're working through the federal land and trust process. So we are, we're always looking at new opportunities. We have a responsibility to do that for our shareholders, and if the right opportunity comes along, whether as a management company or a developer, we always make sure and take a look at it very seriously and see if there's an opportunity that exists.
Speaking of opportunities, something new that's popped up, and I was wondering if Stations Casinos is going to get into this, are these new handheld devices, almost PDAs, that can be used outside of the casino floor, not in hotel rooms, but in specially designated areas like pools, etc. Is Stations going in that direction?
Well, we followed that issue very closely in the Nevada legislature that just recently adjourned. And at this point in time, I got to be honest with you, Stan, we're gonna hold off before we make any judgment calls on that, the usefulness for our guests, and also the practicality of that technology, until the regulatory community makes a determination as to how those products will be allowed to be used. I think that. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, I think that, we have a 6-month to 1-year time frame by which the Nevada Gaming Control Board will be taking a look at that technology and considering, the programs by which they will allow that technology to be used at unrestricted gaming operations. And again, we'll follow that very closely, but it's a little premature for us to make some comment in terms of the practicality and the application of the use of that.
Some have said that this would be the first step towards actually legalizing the internet as a form of gaming for Nevada.
Well, you mean internet within Nevada's borders?
Yes.
Because I think the Congress might have something to say about the legality associated with internet gaming. But, we have a program, it's called an intranet system, that we offer our sports and racebook customers, where they can come in, and as long as they show that they are Nevada residents and they are 21 years and older, they can set up an account and from their home computer can bet on sports and racebook games.
Okay,
so
I'm just going to say, unfortunately, we're out of time, Lesley. We look forward to having you back on. Next time, let's talk politics, which is a subject you're very familiar with. Thank you very much for being here. We'll be right back on Nevada Newsmakers after this.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
For more than a decade, the Southern Nevada Water Authority has been helping the community embrace conservation as a way of life. That includes replacing more than 50 million square feet of grass with water-smart landscaping. During the worst drought on record, watering restrictions and tough landscaping codes have reduced the community's water use by billions of gallons, even as thousands of new residents were moving into Nevada. That's smart water management, and that's our promise to Nevada.
When making your decision as where to play golf, consider the resort at Red Hawk. You know you have made the right choice the moment you arrive. The friendly staff welcomes you to our award-winning pro shop. You know you've made the right decision on the first tee. The Lakes course is in the best condition in years. You know you've made the right choice after you've played 18 holes. The resort at Red Hawk, the right choice.
So, who do you use for workers' comp?
Pro Group Management.
Ah, I've heard some good things about them.
Oh, you bet. Employee background checks, safety training, claim seminars. Oh, and here's the great part. If you have an issue, they work for you, not against you.
Sounds perfect. And expensive.
Well, that's the best part. They saved me 30%. I've heard they've saved others 50%.
Works for me.
Pro Group Management. Finally, workers' comp that works for you.
As an employer, did you know you can be held liable for negligent hiring? A background screening by Employer Links can uncover criminal records, like alcohol and drug convictions. It can verify the applicant's education, driving records, and professional licenses. Employer Links can check civil records, registered sex offender records, and Social Security fraud. Hiring the right person shouldn't be a gamble. Call Employer Links. Employer Links, protecting your investment.
And now, back to Nevada Newsmakers with Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we're joined by our Power Pundit panel today. Alfredo Alonso is here with Lionel, Sawyer, and Collins. We're also joined by Larry Matheis, Executive Director of the Nevada State Medical Association, and Bob Barengo, former Speaker of the Assembly. Welcome to all of you, gentlemen. Sandra Day O'Connor. Alfredo, were you surprised to find out that she was going to be the first person to step down from the Supreme Court?
She was the first, yes. I fully expected that she and Rehnquist at some time, in the next year or so would probably step down, but I was surprised that she was the first. And this is going to make for a very ugly time on Capitol Hill because I think Rehnquist is soon to follow.
Yeah, this goes straight to the bone on the issues that most separate the parties and most separate culturally the country. Had it been Rehnquist first, I think there would have been an easing into the process of these debates. This way, it goes very hot and heavy right off the bat. I think it's going to be a very interesting August.
Well, and Rehnquist going first would have been good in a way just because he's more of a conservative.
Conservative, and they would have just made an appointment for that and changed the Chief Justice. But Sandra Day O'Connor has the record of being a consensus maker, and they're all worried about that.
Well, and the swing voter. I mean,
yes.
It's been hard to pin her down, so much more of a moderate conservative. It was very interesting to see over the weekend as they're starting out with a lot of names of people that I obviously have never heard of, and I'm not sure if you guys have it too. But one of the people suggested for the job has been Attorney General Alberto Gonzalez, and there's already a lot of conservative groups saying he's just not conservative enough. How do you feel about that, Alfredo?
Well, that's the interesting part. This list is not new. This list has probably been, it was probably compiled and has been renewed and looked at over and over, the fine-tooth comb probably over the last 5 years. I think that you're going to have some conservative groups say that, yes, he is possibly not conservative enough, but he is more in her mold in terms of philosophy and consensus building than anybody else on that list. So I think that's why he is someone that they're looking at, and I think he's a good choice.
I think he'd be a good choice. I also think he is the lightning rod. The issue here is abortion. The issue here is abortion, and the driving forces that are going to drive the outside debate, the media debate, are those who have the pro and con views on abortion. And so for Gonzalez, I mean, his problem is just that he is going to be in the moderate category on that. He's got a record that shows a little bit of both ways, and that is fodder for those for whom that is the issue.
The nature of the game now, it doesn't matter who gets nominated. There's going to be large groups opposing anybody. I don't think you could find a consensus candidate anywhere.
All right, well then that brings us to Senator John McCain and to Mr. Lieberstein as putting back together the Gang of 14. Do you see that happening?
It very well could happen. I think you're going to have a very polarizing issue here with these two openings, and I think the most significant part again is what Bob said, is that there is going to be no consensus. So the Gang of 14 may become a very, very powerful group in this process.
By the way, before anybody calls in, this Lieberman, I meant, not my doctor.
And those 14 guys have rarely gotten as much positive press as they did when that happened. So I think they're looking for a reason.
But you got to remember, the cauldron was bubbling.
They were looking for a reason.
A reason to get together for a barbecue, anyhow. And I think this is a good one.
But the cauldron was bubbling pretty good before they got into it. So we're going to see a lot of diatribes before the consensus can be reached. So it won't be them riding to the charge and smoothing it all out. It'll be boiling first.
Okay, You know, President Bush has said that Scalia and Thomas are the two justices he admires the most. Wouldn't it make sense from a negotiating point of view to put a Bork-like character up first, let there be the big fight, and then get the guy you really want because he's not going to be as bad as the guy you put up first time?
I guess it would make some sense. I mean, I don't think that it really matters. I think either one is, again, it's going to be polarizing regardless. So the strategy, you're going to hear every strategy possible. But a Scalia type, again, the conservatives are going to back him, but I think everybody else is going to be back there finding every little indiscretion they did their entire lives. So it really doesn't matter which direction you come from.
And remember that Reagan went with Sandra Day O'Connor for exactly that reason, to choose a more centrist conservative before he went with the ideological conservative Bork. And in a sense, the Bork confirmation war really put us on this path to where we are now, that there is very little opportunity for coming up with consensus candidates anymore.
Senator Reid put up names of conservative members of Congress that would be acceptable to the Democrats. Did that surprise you?
That would surprise me, yeah.
No, he did already.
He did?
Yes. Yeah, he sent that over last week. Lindsey Graham was one of the people that was on that list.
In the end, I don't think it's a bad idea to consult with Reid. I think that the president would probably do himself a favor by at least having those discussions, regardless of what direction he's going to go in. Whether that happens or not is going to be interesting to see, because I think that will set the tone for how this starts. And because your Bork type candidate is going to be there somewhere. He has to compete.
In an earlier era, FDR was facing a similar problem that the conservative, the Republicans are facing now with the court. With his first choice was Hugo Black, a sitting senator on the Judiciary Committee who was a consensus supported by the Republicans. So there is precedent for going for a legislator rather than a judicial type if you just can't cut the deal any other way.
Okay, and that's where we got to leave it. Obviously, lots more to come on this. Senator Reid will be here on Thursday on this program for the whole show. We'll be right back on Nevada Newsmakers after this.
Nevada Newsmakers, brought to you in part by the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, the world's largest industrial park, the resort at Red Hawk, and the Peppermill family of casinos.
Here at the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, water resources come from fresh, clean groundwater, approved by state permits. The water is pumped from wells to million-gallon storage tanks and then distributed to TRI companies. Another amenity is our investment in a state-of-the-art wastewater treatment plant. This disposal system converts waste to clean water for industrial applications. Welcome to the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, the largest industrial park in the world, building economic prosperity for Nevada.
South Reno's hotspot for food, fun, and friends is the Tamarack Junction. Enjoy great food 24 hours a day in the Dining Car Restaurant. For a quick bite and the best sandwiches in town, it's the Whistle Stop Deli. And for the best appetizers and menu selections and a large variety of cocktails, beers, and martinis, it's Sully's Sports Bar, Grill, and Nightclub. The Tamarack Junction is your junction for fun. South Virginia and Amati Ranch Parkway.
Don't forget, you can catch Nevada Newsmakers online every day by 4:45 with streaming and downloadable video at nevadanewsmakers.com. Coming up tomorrow, the bombastic Bob Beers. We'll see you then.